There we go. Now we're here. Yay, we made it. Let's get started. All right, welcome everyone. This is Nan Akasha from nanakasha.com, and here today we're on day 26 of our 30-day meditation challenge, Awaken to Abundance. So we're going to be going past the 17th. We've got 4 more days. I think that means we're going to the 19th now. I was out in the jungle for my birthday and was, long days. It was awesome. So let's dive into today. Remember, you can get all of these free right here on Facebook. Just scroll down to find them. You can go to iTunes and look up Bliss Life Podcast and find them there. Or you can opt in at nanakasha.com, where we'll be happy to help you find what you're looking for and remind you every time that we have one of these. Okay, so today I told you that we were going to look at failure. Yesterday we focused on fear. Now, why, if we're meditating to awaken our abundance, are we focusing on fear and failure? Well, you probably know, right? Because one of the biggest things that blocks your abundance, either creating it, being willing to find it, go after it, or to receive it, or to keep it, is either fear and fear of failure. So failure is something we've been completely misled by. It is not the end of the world. It is not bad. You should not be ashamed. You should not hide. But we're taught that very early on, and people stop speaking up and then find themselves later in a loop of not going after what you truly want, what would bring you abundance, because of fear of failure. Now, once you've had a failure or a few failures or a painful failure or a money loss failure or a divorce relationship failure or whatever you want to look at it, it can be very painful and traumatic, and you can carry it forward in your body, in your life body, in your emotional body, and ultimately in your physical body. You want to clear that and let it go. You need to reframe and understand that failure is. And the fact that we've given it a name that now has an emotional attachment to it makes it bad. What it is it's, I tried and this happened, and then I tried and that happened. This happens to be what I've decided is a better outcome, but just because I tried something or did something and this other thing happened doesn't make it bad. In fact, you'll ask anybody who's really put themselves out there in business or in any other way, like sports, or, to really become good at what they're doing. Failure is most common, right? You start to learn to ice skate, you fall down, you fall down, you fall down. You learn to ride a bike, you fall down, you fall down, you fall down. You learn to trade stocks online. You have mistakes, you have mistakes, you have mistakes. This is how you learn. If you didn't, you wouldn't change. So failure is a door to abundance. Let's go and explore it. I want you to tune in now and think about opening that door. Being willing to walk into the failures that you've had, that you still carry guilt or shame or anger over, any of the ideas about so-called perceived failures and what they mean about you. If they're anything less than that was an exquisite experience, I'm so glad I had it. So welcome, Nanakasha here. I'm your fairy godmother, master healer, doctor of homeopathy, master level hypnotherapist, Melchizedek master, and all this other groovy things. And I love, love, love to play with shifting the energies, to play with finding the flow, freeing you from beliefs and thoughts, anything that holds you back. And this is me, yes, looking very orgasmic at Ushmal one of my favorite pyramids we'll be going to in March. And I hope you will join us at this Bliss Life retreat. So I've been offering you an opportunity to test your rate and state by sharing this tool from Light Body School with you. So we start out by, you have to know pendulum or muscle testing, some kind of trustworthy truth testing method for you. So you start by asking, I ask for a clear and open connection to my highest good. If you get a no, breathe again, realign, ask again. Wait till you get a yes. Then, am I at 250? Am I above 250? Am I below 250? And then you keep going, 200, yes or no, 175, and so on. Once you get up to where you're going, if you get, am I at 250? Yes. 310? Yes. 350? Yes. 400? No. Go back to 300. Ask 3 times. So today we're talking about failure. Failure isn't an emotion. Failure isn't really a thought pattern. And it isn't a state. It is something that we've given a name to that is part of a cycle. It is a rhythm. It just is. It's actually what we call life. Life unfolds in each moment. Some experiences are satisfactory. Some experiences are frightening or tragic. Some experiences are abundantly blissful and happy. And they're all available, and they all happen. As we navigate through life, it's important to remember we are not here to control everyone else or to control the outcome. We're here to align with what is optimal for each of us in this moment. Presence in the central moment will give you a much more ease in your flow. Your failures, so to speak, hold huge, huge power and massive, massive learning. The experience, the recovery, the new understandings, the scars, so to speak. All of these are what build the sage, the wise elder. These are what heal the past wounds as we let go and become something different. Every time you do something you perceive as a failure, it shouldn't be, oh God, I failed again. I'm so embarrassed or ashamed, or what an idiot I am, or I can't believe I did that, or oh, I made a stupid choice. When you think about it, what a strange and ridiculous idea. Why would you sit there and say, oh my God, I can't believe I ate eggs this morning for breakfast. I failed epically at my breakfast. Well, some of us do that, right? If you say, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that. That was bad for me. I ruined my diet now. Do you realize what you're telling yourself? Stop the attachments to failures being a defining thing. It is a growth process to learn and to have a particular experience with something. As I play this online game or phone game called Bejeweled. It's been around a long time, so it's not all that exciting, but they come out with new versions. And I get to a point where I can't get any further, and I quit. And then I want to play more, so I go back and play everything below it, and I get better and better and better. And then I go to that place where I stopped, and I think, okay, what was it about this I couldn't get through? I don't know how to make these things they want me to make. Okay, so I'm going to go fail a lot. I'm going to go to all the other steps up to this point and play them over and over, specifically looking for how do I create this configuration? How do I create this outcome? My goal is to fail so that I understand, so that I see, that I get experience, that I get better and better and better, that I change the way I see. One of the reasons I play it is actually to expand my mind. to increase my mental capacity, to see patterns and to see them more quickly, to make them a natural thing for me to connect to. So I want you today to let go. Today you're going to let go of all the failures you've had, all the failures you're angry about or blame other people for, and you're going to transform them. You're going to farm them. You're going to mine them for the power that they hold. And you're never again going to see failure as a bad thing, failure as lack, failure as poverty, failure as wrong, failure as not enoughness or not good enoughness. You're going to see it as rich, juicy opportunities that you get to learn and practice and try and change. Instead of going up against the dragon right out of the box, why not practice, practice, practice? Well, this is what you're getting to do. So if you realize that every day of your life you're preparing, you may think you're paying your bills and going to work and feeding your kids and trying to find a moment to pray to yourself, but you're actually preparing. You're preparing like an athlete for a race or a musician for a concert. You're preparing like a trekker to climb a mountain. You're preparing for your quantum leap. See and feel everything that happens every day with reverence, gratitude. It is the doorway to abundance. So we're going to check in, but I want you to just breathe this image in. See this image. I'm going to give you 2 images depending on what you'd like, and you'll tune into one of them to give you a start of opening this doorway to abundance through failure. Here's the other image. So just take a moment and look at them. They have very different energies. What ignites more of your imagination? What feels like it's taking you to a whole new world? Because when you go into your failure and find the doorway inside of it, it takes you to a whole new world of abundance you couldn't have imagined. Let me give you back the other one again. I can feel the breeze and hear the leaves. All right, so in recreating a new abundant you, let's declare, I am ready and willing. I am open and receptive to free myself from fear of failure. I free myself to understand the true purpose and meaning of failure. I now release my family's and society's opinion of failure. Failure is communication, power, guidance, power, a doorway. Let's open that door now. Go ahead and close your eyes. Get comfortable, relax, let go, and take a deep breath in. As you take this deep breath in, declare to yourself, be here now. Be a clear and open channel. Be an excellent receiver. And let it melt down your body. Take another deep breath in. Begin to see that door in your eye, in your mind's eye. Whatever door you see is perfect for you. It is standing there, just a door. There's light coming through the cracks, though. And deep breath in. Relax and go deeper. Come and be present in this moment. Now relax standing in front of this door before you can enter and move through it. You begin to see and feel all kinds of fog appearing around you. The door begins to fade away. It's moving further and further in the distance. It disappears in the fog. This fog is all around you. You feel confused and overwhelmed. Where am I? What is going on? You lose your orientation. I don't even know which way to go. What am I doing here? What is this? This is failure. This is what you have decided the experiences of your life are. A fog you can hide in because of shame, humiliation, or embarrassment. A fog that you descend upon your brain or your mind when you make a bad decision or you don't want to think about what you've done because you wanted so much more. It's a fog that you pour over your feelings when you've lost everything or felt betrayed, when you failed, you think, at a relationship or a job or a business or a health regime. This fog represents all of the failures that you have experienced and are still attached to as something heavy and negative. This fog can only clear when you decide you are ready and willing to transform your perception of failure. Now pick the biggest failure you've ever experienced and bring it forward. Feel it. Begin to think about it. Don't cringe. Open to it. See it, feel it, remember it, embrace it. What does it bring up within you? It comes like a dense fog, almost a wet blanket, because you've filled it with shame and guilt, anger, disappointment. Look at everything I did and I lost it all. Look at everything I did and how hard I worked and how many people I wanted to please. And look what happened. Look at everything I wanted and look what I got or didn't get. Feel it and see it. And now say, thank you, my friend. You are a powerful, powerful teacher. And I wasn't able to handle your power when this happened. But I now understand that you are the greatest gift that I've given myself. You're the greatest transformational portal I've ever experienced. And you, I now realize, are my friend. You are simply the experience that gave me the opportunity to learn, to grow, to stretch, to expand, to understand. And I'm ready and willing to understand. Breathe into your heart and feel as if you are opening your heart. And say to this failure, to this experience, to the you that lives inside of there, full of shame, guilt, craving, disappointment, anger, whatever it is. Say, this was just an experience. It was a particular kind of experience. Let's let go of the pain and find the treasure buried inside. Let's find the doorway to abundance. Together, you begin to move through the fog. Your readiness and willingness continues to light the way. But moving is slow in fog because the more light you have, the harder it is to see. You begin to be navigated by your heart. You say in your heart again, I'm ready and willing to release this pain, this blame, this humiliation, this shame. I'm ready to release the negative feelings I've had towards these growth experiences of my life I've labeled failure. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I love you. Thank you. Please forgive me. As you release yourself through this sacred Ho'oponopono prayer, you realize that you've judged and held yourself back. You've kept yourself from growing and blossoming. And now, as you acknowledge it and free it, you see and feel the fog beginning to lift, and your heart calls you to move forward quickly and swiftly. You move quietly. You feel within your heart, yes, yes, yes. I'm ready and willing to learn, to gain, to take with juicy bites these so-called failures and say, yes, feed me, nourish me, expand my mind and my clarity, open my eye, increase my passion and my strength, connect me to my soul, move me forward, pull me in. There it is before you, the doorway. The doorway inside of this failure, the doorway that you now can open, because you know that this failure has been your greatest ally, your wonderful friend, your guide, your communication. As you go to open the door, you hear a whisper. The whisper says, do you know what gift I have brought you? This failure, this epic, painful experience that you've perhaps carried for a long time, beat yourself up with, limited yourself, held yourself back, cut yourself off. It asks simply, do you know why? Do you know what gift I've brought you? Your gift, you feel it, you know it in your heart. And the door swings open. You enter your forest and walk through into the fields of abundance, or you enter your interdimensional portal, whatever your doorway to abundance is inside of this failure. The fear of this failure has kept you from this beautiful moment. Enjoy your journey until I bring you back. Feel, sense, and taste all the abundant jewels, wisdom, strength that this perceived failure has gifted you with. Feel and breathe in. This is just one of millions that I have learned from. Imagine the doors to the worlds, to the fields of abundance, to the strengths, to the knowledge, to all the experience that exists all within you. Breathe in this abundance and begin to feel yourself coming back into your body, into this moment. Bringing this exquisite journey, this connection. Now you've opened this door. This failure has no power over you anymore. You have mined it. You have taken from it the gifts and released the rest. The only thing left is gratitude. Pure gratitude. Now, as you wiggle your toes and your fingers and you anchor back into your body, you feel an enormous difference. You feel this difference within your bones, the lightness in your cells, the clarity in your mind. There's a sense of rejuvenation, of lightness, of freedom, of being able to take this and run long distances, leap high, defy gravity, light and lightness move through you. And as you anchor back into your heart, you see and feel, oh yes, yes, yes. This is more like it. I can breathe, I can see. And now you give permission for all of your failures, all of your negative perceptions, all of your judgments, all of your attachments to heavy blame, shame, guilt, anger. All of the disappointment begins to dissolve. I'm ready to free, release, and mine all of these. Receive the gifts, find the doorways. Move forward with curiosity, joy, gratitude. You feel bubbling inside of you that curiosity, that joy when you realize this is incredible. This means more than 50% of every day of my life just became rich, exquisite fertilizer that I can mine and use and grow from, nourish and feed myself. I am so rich and abundant. You feel it explode down your legs and your arms, and everything begins to tingle within you. I am that I am. I am abundant. I am the seeker of doorways. I am the traveler. I go into the shadows. I find the way through. I gather the jewels. I gain new levels of experience. And I bring them back into this moment, in this life, into this body. Now begin to tap your forehead and tap this experience in to that inner eye. I accept, I accept, I accept. Now tap and run out to your temples and around to the back of your head. Anchoring this in, awakening, and now up to the top of your head, back and forth and around the crown. And now fill it in everywhere, 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 everywhere on your crown. I am the abundant queen or king of my kingdom. Failure is now my new resource. I see the rich, the opportunity, the depth, the wealth within it. I claim it, own it, embody it, honor it, revere it, and free it to empower me. Now, now, now. And so it is. Take this exquisite ability to transform what you perceive to be a failure or what keeps you from taking action because of fear of failure. That avoidance has now become clear vision. You can see through it that this, if it quote unquote fails, could still be an opportunity for empowerment, growth, and ascension. Choose from your heart. Choose from within. Never be pressured. Never be bullied. Choose from your own knowing. Always follow your intuition. Test yourself on the scale if I make this choice. And then once you feel aligned with that choice, trust it and support it with all of your being and step forward. Accept it. If it doesn't turn out the way you expected, and your patterning and conditioning in your mind wants to tell you, well, that was a failure. Agree now to stop and say, oh, yes, that was an exquisite learning experience. Now I know and understand what I no longer want. Now I have grown. Now I'm wiser. Now I know what better questions to ask. Now I know I must speak up for myself. I must say my truth. Now I know I no longer can let anyone else's opinions be the key to my life. Accept gratitude. Enjoy your day as the abundant king or queen of your universe. This is to test where you are now. I ask for a clear and open connection to my highest good. When you get a yes, see where you are. You're at acceptance and above, I'm quite certain. 350, 400, 500, 540, 600, 964, 11, 12, 13, 14, 12, 13, 14, 13, 13. Namaste. Have a beautiful and blessed day, everyone.